Welcome back, friends, with more My Hero Academia. This is Season 6, Episode 16. Last week, the episode was delayed due to inclement weather in Dallas. Texas's power grid is completely privatized, and so it cuts a lot of corners to make more money, so they're much more susceptible to bad weather. And I guess they do the dubbing there, or they do some editing there. Anyway, 2 weeks ago, we saw a bit more of the fallout from the first big battle of the war. We saw All For One get broken out of jail. And we found out that Deku was still unconscious. Bakugo was fighting very hard to get to him. And then we also had the Todoroki family coming to visit Shoto and Endeavor. There's going to be a lot to unpack in this episode for sure. Strap in, check out the full reaction on Patreon. Detroit, smash that like button, and let's get started. All Might's by his bedside the entire time.
If he dies, I'll kill him.
That's not how things work.
Fear not, citizens.
I am here.
I am here. Flashfire fist.
Elephant guy. Oh, elephant villain.
I saw heroes every day as a kid, but they didn't seem real. More like people in another reality.
Keigo! I know you snuck into town.
Oh, what the?
You think I'm stupid? That I wouldn't find out?
They didn't seem real because they weren't here to save him.
No one saw me, I swear.
Stop lying to me! You speak to no one! Don't even take a step outside!
Hey, the TV is busted.
Ever think maybe our crap would work if you found us some cash?
Apparently, my father once
Yikes.
killed someone over an absurdly small amount of money.
Jeez.
Move it! How many times do I have to tell you? Don't turn your back on me! Got it?
I'm sorry.
This really
Shouldn't
fucking
have
sucks.
relied on Tony. If that brat had never been born, I'd still be free. God damn it!
Eyes.
Just come back.
I endured them, hoping I wouldn't turn out the same way. I figured if I kept my head down
Yikes.
when I grew up, I'd be free.
Wow, that informs his character so
Your
much.
father got caught.
It seems like a good thing,
What should
honestly.
we do, Keigo? He got himself arrested by Endeavor.
By Endeavor.
In that instant, a hero, someone I had only seen on TV,
Saved him from the abuse.
was real.
They'll take us too.
She feared she'd be punished for harboring my father.
Right.
So she took my hand, and we left the only home I knew. Unfortunately,
The police. They'll help.
I tried to make sure we did things right.
Just get us money. You're your daddy's son.
Wow.
Do this, I don't know why you were born.
Holy
What's the point
fuck.
of all those damn feathers, huh? Go!
I couldn't.
Oh, man.
It's Tomi Takumi, right? And your son is named Keigo? We'll provide total support for you and your family. You won't want for anything.
My family? Does it look like I have anybody else?
Accept our payout and you give up all connections to your son and start a new
Jeez.
life. Of
Probably
course, you can trust that we'll take impeccable care of him.
worked out for the better for him, but it's gotta be a very weird feeling.
The training will be tough, though. Can you handle it?
Will I become a hero like him? The kind who stops bad people? Will I make people
Man.
smile? I mean, like he did when he saved my life.
Hawks.
Saved his life.
Hello?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, good. Thought you died there for a minute.
Sorry I got to nap and you didn't.
Think nothing of it. If they hadn't sewn you up so well back in
Jeez,
Central,
he has to
you'd be
type it out.
wandering the halls between life and death.
I'm the one who told the Safety Commission to take drastic measures because the League wouldn't be fooled by a cheap trick. Especially
So
if
that was
crazy
his body.
doctor got his
Jeez.
eyes on you. If it wasn't your real body, we'd both be dead. That madman believed I killed you.
How do we get him out of this?
For
This
a
is
while, you slept in suspended
dangerous.
animation, floating in one of their secret facilities.
Ugh.
Hang on.
Whoa!
What was that?
Some loose threads.
Loose threads. Ha ha ha.
Fiber on.
Fiber on.
Fire! You're finished, glutton god.
Glutton God. These names.
Excuse this flamboyant capture. Still on the mend.
for you.
Where are the local authorities?
Not coming. The heroes, they closed up shop as soon as the public started criticizing them. Just vanished.
I'll send you some of my own sidekicks.
Yeah.
They're angry.
I need to check something before I recover and go public again.
She skipped town?
His mom's home?
These scary men came into the house and threatened me, shouting that they wanted to know about my family.
Oh.
I ended up telling them I don't want to cause any more trouble, so I'm leaving. Take care of yourself. I want you to know I am very, very proud of you, son.
She did what
Dobby
she
must have tracked her
could.
down. I can't believe he found out so much intel. When I gave up the Takumi name, I gave up my relationship with her too. I abandoned her instead of saving her. Even though I wanted to help people.
Wow. You were a kid. Abandoning. You're still a kid.
When he saved my life.
I actually feel relieved though. The Safety Commission is essentially out of business. And as a result, nobody's around to tell me what to do.
Interesting.
Don't tell your father, okay?
She was the one who got him the Endeavor plush.
I've been begging to leave the house.
She got the one that was on sale.
All Might's too expensive. I hope you're strong like this guy when you grow up.
Man.
Little
Oh.
no.
Jeez.
A person's true nature comes to light whenever they're cornered. That's why I think Bubai Gawara was a good guy.
The music, the sounds.
He backed the wrong team, sure. But at heart, he wanted to help other people. Yes.
He was
I want to do what's right.
saving people at that age. Jesus.
Everything's different now.
So, what will you do?
I've got to face my origin. By helping Endeavor. He's in trouble.
Wow. Shoto!
The freed villains and confirmation that Nomu actually exist, and people were pushed over the edge.
People didn't know about
Ever
Nomus?
since one appeared at UA High, stories circulated.
Interesting.
The story scared people. Looking back, it's easy to see that these rumors were some of the first signs of public unease. The strain was too much. Something had to break.
Let's grab some food and then hit the registers.
You punks will pay!
Oh.
Feeling tough today, old man? A support item.
We don't need pros!
Yeah! Nearby heroes, please provide assistance.
Wash!
People gave up on the heroes and decided to protect themselves. They knew exactly what products to turn to.
Huh. Oh.
These fights often resulted in horrifying collateral damage.
Yes.
What? Where were you? What took you so long?
Ah, jeez.
You show up after the damage is done?
Can't count on these heroes anymore.
That's such a. Oh my god.
Disinfect their wounds and get them to the hospital.
I have no choice but to fall on my sword.
So your solution is to resign when we need help?
Responsible for this? Damn it, man! I was your fan!
Many followed his example. Heroes have begun resigning in droves. We took peace for granted. And now, with everything in turmoil, we have to
I am
ask
not here.
ourselves, as the days pass, how many of us will remain?
Oh, it's Stain. Oh.
The anger.
Oh.
Setback
I didn't recognize him at first.
was directed at a
Mushroom.
single shattered man.
It's Toad.
Shoto and the others will recover eventually. Please know, I'm rooting for you.
He finds it hard to even root for himself at this moment.
I'm still alive.
Come and dance with me in hell, won't you?
You knew that I would survive the fight.
Snap out of it! Please! We'll deal with this later!
Shoto might be right about him needing to deal with it himself.
It was just like before. My child was going to die in front of me. And I froze. Everything I did in the past has come back to haunt me. And others. I can't fight my own son.
Oh. Well. He's so frozen. He's like, oh, he closed the door. Shoto!
Hi there, Dad. I'm glad you're up. Now we can all check in on each other.
Are you all okay?
Are you crying? What the hell, Dad?
Sorry for everything. My heart is breaking.
What's this about your heart? Regret and guilt, I understand. I came to talk to you about our family.
Wow.
And about Toya.
Jeez. Not much really happened this episode to move the plot as a whole forward, but I freaking loved it anyway because of how much it builds on this world and how much it informed us about our beloved characters. First, with Hawks, I'm pretty sure we were told before that Endeavor saved Hawks' life, and I assumed that's why he had the Endeavor plush, but the real story behind it is so much more compelling and heartbreaking, honestly. Because the heroes on TV were so far removed from Hawks' life, from Keigo Takami's life, it seems like he didn't have a preference between All Might and Endeavor. Then his mom got him an Endeavor plush because it was cheaper and he loved it so much anyway. And part of me wonders if he cherished it partially because it was the one thing his mom was able to get for him. As much as she neglected him, it was the one thing that showed that she cared even a little bit. And then the plush becomes so important to him later on because Endeavor is eventually the one who took his father in and saved him from years and years of abuse. And I think his mother did have some love for him. She was just in such a bad situation and she was another victim of abuse. And she just grew to be so desperate while out on the streets. Of course, she's not without some blame for how she neglects Keigo while her husband or partner was abusing him. And I mean, it really, really hurt when she said that if Hawks couldn't steal money for them, that she doesn't even know why he was born. That really sucked. And I commend Keigo for not wanting to steal from others, but at the same time, I wouldn't blame him at all if he had, because there's context. You and your mom might die of starvation without that money. And in the situation we find out about with Dabi, I don't blame Hawks' mom for giving up information about her son to save her own life, because it would be one thing if he wasn't the number 2 hero and could presumably take care of himself, but also the information she wound up giving Dabi, his real name, I'm not even sure it did anything. Like, so what if Dabi knows his real identity? What's bad about that? Like, things would have turned out the exact same way without that information, right? The only thing that really changed was that Dabi was able to surprise Hawks with his real name during that fight. One thing that's really well written is that there's layers to Hawks' story. When he said he couldn't steal as a kid, the episode showed him gripping to Endeavor's plush more, because he wanted to be like Endeavor, he wanted to be a good person, but Endeavor didn't wind up being who he thought he was. And also, the person who saved him from his father's abuse was also an abuser of his own children. And yeah, Hawks was raised for one thing, to be a hero, and more accurately, I guess, to be the Safety Commission's tool. And I don't know if they gave him a good education otherwise, or taught him how to manage his emotions, so there must be a lot that he has to work through with the revelation of Endeavor's abuse of his family. And it's interesting that the Safety Commission targeted Hawks as a recruit in the first place as a kid. Did they think his quirk was that special based on his father's quirk? And then his mom's quirk, did it have any influence on Hawks's? Because hers was a couple of eyes that were floating around, but Hawks could stick a feather in a door and use it to sense and overhear what the lieutenants were talking about in the Paranormal Liberation Front. Is that partially from her, or could his father do that as well? And actually, we didn't see if his father could detach feathers from his wings. Maybe his mom having an extra set of eyes not attached to her own body also contributes to Hawks' quirk that way. It's really fascinating. Anyway, it feels like a very sad situation that Hawks had to go through. I really would like to know how he was raised under the Safety Commission. Did he have an adoptive family, or did he just have trainers and people who oversaw him? And yeah, with the Safety Commission's downfall, he gets to be his own man now. And oh, we actually found out it was actually Best Jeanist' body in that body bag. I thought he had found some way of faking it, but geez, it was actually him. No wonder Dabi bought the fact that he was dead. Anyway, the rest of the episode was about heroes quitting and society losing their trust in them, turning against them big time. Wa showed up to help in the aftermath of some villain attack, and they were too late. And I don't understand why a hero who is a washing machine doesn't have some other form of transportation other than just walking. But that smash and grab happened within minutes. No one even called for help, and people just took it upon themselves to fight back with support items. So Wash only showed up after they heard the explosion happen. And the heroes are in such a horrible position now because people hate them for trying to help, and they hate them for retiring as well. And we did get a glimpse of Stain this episode, and I have to imagine he's a fan of some of these developments because he probably sees heroes as people who should be doing their work to save lives, regardless of how others perceive them. And these heroes retiring, these false heroes he probably thinks they are, that probably makes him happy. But yeah, poor Washing Machine felt sad about how everybody turned against them, but at least continued to try to help. So they seem like somebody who would be safe from Stain if Stain were to continue trying to kill heroes. And then the kids from UA, I wonder if any of the students will drop out or if they're still idealistic enough to continue fighting, and curious to see if any of these developments will shake their faith. I don't know. And as far as Endeavor's arc, I do want everybody to have the ability to grow, atone, and make amends, and he was headed in the right direction, but most people get to do that privately, away from the limelight. They get to do it without their worst moments and their greatest regrets broadcast for the entire world to see. And most people who get to improve probably don't have to deal with such dire consequences of their previous behaviors so far down the line. And yeah, it really sucked. Seeing Endeavor break down like that, it was really sad. And then it cut to Shoto with his like shocked face. Freaking heck. Shoto! Hilarious. But yeah, Rei and Shoto's siblings showed up as well. Should be an interesting family conversation next time. But yeah, this was an excellent, excellent episode. Looking forward to more. Full reactions on Patreon. Detroit, smash that like button. I'll see you guys next week with more. Bye, friends.